Hello, loved ones. Look at those beautiful faces I'm starting to get to know so well. I love it. And many of our loved ones are part of our multiple platforms that we have here at Divergence. And there has been a lot of action in our home tonight. And by design, we are seeing the light of many. And many are trusting their feelings in this. And they're letting go and they're pleasantly surprised. That's how Spirit does miracles. They love to show off when you're first introduced to them. You'll see. And it was interesting because I was talking to Darren just before I got on here, and I was like, wow, you know, I have levels with my courses. Like I try and do like methodical steps in spirituality. And I got woke up this morning by two archangels going, hey, wake up. We need you to introduce us. Come on, let's go. I used to work with these boys a lot. And I haven't in a while. I'm like some of these loved ones are just starting to learn how to meditate. That's kind of the deep end of the pool. And they said, we want them to feel us. You wait till you feel this meditation. I channeled it with tears running down my face because I know how this is going to impact you guys. I know how much this is going to activate you. I remember the first time I met Archangel Michael. Hang on. This is a special treat. This is a 24-minute, I believe, 24-minute meditation. It's a bit of a doozy. It's not a super long one, but it's what I call a working meditation. This is not one you fall asleep to, loved ones. So sit upright. Do not lay down. Prepare yourself. Get your crystals. Get your space. Because we're going to do this meditation at the end of this class. And I want you to hang on. I did this in one recording once we found the right music. They chirped in my ear as I tried to record it to another song. And then finally, I wasn't listening. So they made me fumble over my words so bad. I was like, oh, yeah. You win. Why am I fighting it? And the music they chose for this meditation is so raw, so tender, so acoustic. They want you to feel a lot of things here tonight, loved ones, and you will. So feel it, because we're going to put you in some fires tonight. We're going to give you a taste of these fires that you're so afraid of. Like many of our loved ones. Lone Wolf, I'm going to give you a little shout out. Sir, you did, my heart was beaming for you today. When Spirit has the ability to work through you and do a life healing. This is what we are trying to teach our loved ones right now and our queens. What Spirit's trying to teach us right now is to walk into these fires that they have tried to distract us from, that have tried to numb and dumb us from, so we would just avoid it and go on vacation instead. Or post this, or buy that. We're going to hold you. We're going to look at your fire with you. And then we're going to say, what are you going to do? We're not going to walk into it with you. This is your fire to walk into. But we are going to give you all the armor you need, loved ones. I had today's course channeled already, only to wake up this morning to a completely different outline. I'm just starting to, the planner in me is just like just tapping. I'm learning to tap on trying to be organized. Darren has been trying to teach this to me since he met me. He's like, baby, let it go. Don't plan, stay present, and keep showing up. So here I am, and wait till you see who wants to meet you. And so, because we have such a powerful meditation, most of my teachings, I always like to connect the group. I like to clear the group. I like to do cards. But my team's like, let's go. Let's lay the foundation for this course. And they're like, come on, come on, come on, come on. Because there is so much light that is so jacked about the energy that's about to be imprinted on the Earth's grid. Because that's what this is about. And the more you start channeling, the more you start connecting and raising your vibration, the more pew, 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 little beams of light start making its way through this darkness where spirit goes, oh, there's one. And they know where to go. And then you're like, whoa, why am I feeling stuff? My head's tingling. I got goosies all over. Are these the angel bumps Jody's talking about? Yep. Mm-hmm. You wait. Their presence is magnificent. You know when you're among them. And they plan on make their presence known today. So let's get into this. Loved ones, please, we encourage you to put your feels in the chat. If you're feeling something, because guess what? The feelings, even if I piss you off, at least you're feeling something. This is about cross-learning, where someone shares. And because of that, that energy is able to enter into you, and then you get a learning on it. And then the next person reads your or hears your audio or your lessons, and they get messages, imprints. And up we go. So please begin to trust these teachings. Trust yourself. Put yourself out there. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Share your raw, real feelings. This is the way to 5D, loved ones. This is the 4D. This is the tunnel they talk about. And the elites try to make you shitlessly scared of this whole space. Just avoid it. Don't even go there. And we'll give you a whole bunch of bells and whistles to keep you out of that tunnel. Because that veil is so thin, loved ones. When you start walking into your fires, you're like, oh, wow. I am standing in my inferno that I thought they talk about, oh, I'll be breaking to so many pieces. I won't be able to put myself back together again. Don't even listen to that garbage. Holy shit, that is just such poison. Nothing will ever make you break where you can't put yourself together again. Nothing will happen to you where spirit doesn't give you all the tools you need to get your ass out of it. So if you want to sit in your little mud puddle, go for it. Because I'm going to teach all of you loved ones here not to go and help you. Leave your inner mud puddle. Let him splash around his little mud bubbles. He'll figure it out. We'll hold the space for him. And then when no one feeds him, no one's giving him energy or attention, he'll pick his ass up, dust himself off, and keep going. Good. Very good. We don't reward bad behavior here. But that's good behavior. So very good. So with that, we're going to give you another notice. Your feelings will always forever be your guide, your compass, and your friend in this journey. And once aligned, these feelings that you're going to start having, you're going to start relying on them. You're going to start counting on them because they're going to help you find your way in this earth school. No kidding, the elites didn't want you to know about this. Your next notice that this ascension process, and we talked about this, but Spirit's like, you got to tell them again. It's a bumpy ride. I'll be the first to say that. Someone a little ahead, around the bend a little bit, let me tell you. That's why we're spending the time to come back and draw a map and go, watch out for that corner. And this route, oh, she's a bitch. And then you got this rock you got to climb over. Look out. But stretch, eat well, make sure you're rested. Psych yourself up. You got this. This is the 4D that no one talks about. Have you ever heard anyone talk about 4D? There's 3D, and then there's 5D. Everyone wants to get from 3D to 5D. Enter 4D, short, narrow path. This is what the Bible speaks about. It's not like the broad and spacious one, where you can look around, you can dilly-dally, you can get distracted, you can even daydream. This path is so big and sloppy, you can go way off track before you know you're off track. Not the narrow path, loved ones. That's why the path is so short. Have you ever thought about that? This narrow path, why is it short? Because anyone who gets through it had to constantly pay attention, had to constantly monitor their terrain, their meat suit. If you made it through that, the other ones on the other side are like, nice job. You got through that gauntlet. Well done. But may we reiterate this again. The constant attention and moderating of your terrain and your meat suit must be done at all times. This path has many pebbles, stones, roots, things to slow you down, to trip you up. And all by design. All by your design. Big truth bomb right there. You're like, I didn't make that route for myself. Oh, yes, you did. And as you should, because your higher self said, you know what? Put that route in place. Because if I haven't learned my lessons by then, stop me, I asked, right there. I don't deserve in the garden if I haven't figured this out yet. That's what a soul does. An aligned one. It's the underdeveloped one that takes it personally and goes, that's not fair. I want to skip this one. And here's the thing, loved ones. This is why we're going to teach you about your wings. Your spiritual superpowers. Because you're going to need them. You're going to learn your gifts and the talents that you came here with, that you programmed yourself with. Special training and tools that you are about to learn, so you don't have to look down so much. You can lift your head, because now you can fly. Do roots trip up eagles? Mm-mm. Imagine being able to fly through the last part of this narrow path that we speak of. Maybe that's what they're looking for. That we don't get through this all beaten up and bleeding and I did it. Maybe we need to arrive landing with our wings. But to get your wings back, loved ones, you have to earn them. There's no skipping wing school. And if you want to fly, why would you ever want it? And your wings, loved ones, they will be tested. Why would they not? This path is designed to have its challenges. These are your trials and tribulations that the Bible speaks of to show you're capable and able. Another notice, heads up, depending on where you are in your ascension level, be prepared for many of these teachings and realignments to rattle you. We will rock you, loved ones. In fact, count on it. It's our intention. We're going to hold that space for you. We're going to put you into something called a recalibration phase. It's a phase that's going to put you on your ass. It's the process of releasing and deleting old programming, ways of being that are no longer working for you. We're going to put you where these messages are going to be in your face, and you're going to know what you need to do, what fire is before you. And the question will always be, are you going to walk into it? And let's talk about these rattles. These rattles are also known as triggers. The ruffling of your feathers. The disturbing of your demons. So something rattles you. It means that something was within you to be rattled. I've had to hold this space hard, long, and determined, because a lot of people don't like this one. She's doing that to me. I don't like it when she treats me that way. Why are these people attacking me? I do it in a little cute, funny voice so that you can see the humor in it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's easier to teach this way. But here's the thing. Like attracts like. Your triggers, your rattles, it's energy that's relating to the same or the similar feeling that already resides in you. It can't happen any other way. These vibrations are activating and joining together to respond with you. And if this vibration is something that you don't like, it's a vibration that's being reflected to you that you don't like about yourself. That's the reflection. That's the mirror. That's the in your face. You're going to feel this because you have to have the same energy in you, period. And this is where spirit got really creative. Are you ready for this? They said you can rattle no other way. They said you can only rattle if there is a rattle within you. Things of a similar rattle together. And the energy of the rattle is rattling the energy within you. So this is the thing. Once this energy gets disturbed, it gets ruffled, it's been wedged out energetically within your energetic field. It's loose. It now is moving around. It has the freedom to come to the surface and express itself. And what you do with that rattle now is up to you. Are you going to go be with it? Or are you going to let it settle? And that settling is going to mean a lot more when we talk about your cup in a minute here. And here's the thing, you let it settle, it's still in your cup. And whatever's in your cup will keep coming up. It almost rhymed. These are spaces that you need to make for yourself to purge and to release these highly charged energies that are going to come up within you. These processing periods that deserve your undivided attention, undivided respect, and undivided love as you move through them. You might have to repeat this video back to yourselves a few times, because when you hit this, may this trigger this message. So you don't beat the shit out of yourself when you're in your shit pit, because that's the worst thing you can do. As you're healing, as you're trying to move to the next level, if you just start absolutely beating yourself up, which is what we always do, it's what we've been trained to do, that poor ego, that's why I refuse to call it that. Our poor underdeveloped self, the amnesia part of us, would you back off of him or her? It's like yelling at a 5-year-old. Are you kidding me? And most of us left ourselves emotionally at 5 to 9. And here's the thing. As we start to grow and learn, as we start to connect our dots and apply them, our systems, our meat suits, they get an upgrade. And you start jumping energetically to different timelines, more aligned ones. And the quicker that you raise your vibration, the more timelines you jump. This might be a new concept for you. This is the whole soul contract thing too, coming into play here. And if we start learning our lessons, if we start coming online, we start doing the short and narrow, the universe is able to jump us. We skip grades in Earth school. That's what that is. But here's the thing, it's very much like our physical bodies going from the bottom of the ocean floor very quickly to the surface. People have died, their ears bleed, things just ooze. And you will literally spiritually ooze if you don't take the time to allow your meat suit to adjust to these different timelines. Every cell is being transformed. If you do not respect this sacred work and you beat the shit out of yourself in this state, oh, lightning bolts. Your souls, don't you dare. Back off. And so this recalibration, this processing part, you need to know about it, loved ones. You have to respect it, or it's going to put you on your ass. Like I mentioned, we have to give our time, our physical bodies, time to catch up. So be gentle with yourselves. Show yourself various forms of consoling, self-nurturing, self-love. Oh, my body just was, there's a lot of souls that are like self-love. My mama or my dad ain't gave me that right now. Teach her, teach him. Okay. That's why we have something called spiritual timeout in Queen School. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, we will. You come first. This is the whole get back to the castle. If you are coming out trying to save the world, you got half your armor on, you're missing a leg, you're bleeding profusely everywhere. But you're like, I can do it. Get your ass back to the castle. Are you kidding me? And here's the thing, as long as you're coming out all messed up, someone who is holding the light has to drop their light to turn around to look at you, to go, you are in no place to be here. To stop your energy and to say, get back to the light. Which means you're now distracting the healing of the light. And here's the thing, when we talk about get back to the castle, where do you think the castle is? You think it's divergence? No. Atta girl, Carol. Go home. Connect to your source. You're a mess. You need a few more fires to walk into. Go back to basic spiritual training. You need a few more tools for your toolbox. It's like a knight coming out, ready to fight with no sword and shield. This is why these skills must be exercised and mastered in your ascension process. Or you're going to be finding more snakes than ladders. And for this to work, you have to start trusting what we're laying down. Go with your feels. Do what makes you feel safe. You're starting to feel a family here. We're starting to remember one another. But Darren and I had to keep showing up for you over and over and over and giving you everything over and over. So you start to trust us. You start to remember what his family is like. What it's like to hold a vibration of love. And most people, they're scared of it. Enter soul family. This is what you guys are starting to feel. But this is an intense course. It's not for the low vibrational. I'll irritate the shit out of you. This frequency coming in, it's so high. I had to do an hour and a half of disclosures, and I'm still continuing to do so. Just to brace you. Because spirit is, and divergence is always going to hold you in a highly charged emotional space. An energetically intense 5D situation and teaching. We need to start planting and activating these energies within you. So you can actually see the ones that are working for you and the ones that aren't. And we're going to do this over and over to provide you the ability to get current reads on yourself, outputs, a gauge on what your current belief systems are, what your current programs are, and if they need some upgrades, whether your overall vibrational being is in alignment with 5D or not. So with that, let's continue on with our teachings for the next phase of this, which is called purging your cup. This is the opposite, loved ones, of filling your cup. We've had a couple loved ones start to tap into this, realizing, wow, I got some stuff in my cup that I might need to get rid of. And so I'm going to read you something. And I want you to hear it. And I want you to put your input into the chat. You're holding a cup of coffee. When someone comes along and bumps into you and shakes your arm, making you spill your coffee everywhere. Why did you spill the coffee? Because someone bumped into you? Mm-mm. You spilled the coffee because there was coffee in your cup. Had there been tea in your cup, you would have spilled tea. Whatever is inside your cup is what you will spill out. Therefore, when life comes along and shakes you, which it will, whatever is inside will come out. It's easy to fake it until you get rattled. So we have to ask ourselves, what's in my cup? When life gets tough, what spills over? Joy, gratefulness, peace, humility, or anger, bitterness, harsh words, and reactions. Life provides you the cup. Cup. How you choose to fill it is up to you. That was a big one. That should be like lightning bolts going off. Few little wow. And you're going to start to notice the people where it's everyone else's fault but theirs. Now, the only reason we can recognize that is if we were one of those people once. But then you start to awaken and going, yeah, I can see why I attracted that, why that actor came online, why I'm getting these lightning bolts right now. And so here's the power of purging your cup. Your cup, loved ones, this is full of sludge. What is cup sludge? It's your 3D buildup. It's your 3D chub, your 3D weight, your 3D anchors. These are layers that you've protected yourself with. Unprocessed, undealt with, abandoned, traumatized, yucky, heavy, dark parts of yourself. The parts of us that are riddled with pain because of the hurt that we hold due to our story. And here's the thing about our story is that many of us have conversations that we need to have, not only with others, but more importantly, with your little you. Healing your little you, going back and talking to those versions of yourself will be the most influential, most life-changing, energy-altering healing exercises you will ever do, period. All caps implied. You don't believe me? Ask our queens. Ask our past loved ones who also thought they'd healed those parts of themselves, that they'd done their work, for them to only realize that their fires scared the shit out of them. And they didn't want to walk into them. They didn't want to go and do their work and feel those parts of themselves again. They thought it was irrelevant. They were happy with their sludge. And here's the thing, loved ones. You're going to have those among you who are perfectly content to stay with their sludge, to stay stuck, to stay right where they are. They have no plans of dealing with their shit whatsoever. But the importance of dealing, purging, and excreting this heavy, toxic energy, it can't be overstated. Why? Because how much are you able to fill your cup? Will depend largely on what's at the bottom of it. How much 3D residue and sludge are you coming in with before you feed? Can you fully charge, fill, or feed yourself if you're coming in with a dirty, shitty cup? Allow me to illustrate this further. If your cup is a third full of undealt with trauma, pain, conversation, loose ends, unfinished business, your sludge, the maximum you can ever run at, that you can ever feed yourself, is 75%. Even if your cup is overflowing. It's overflow. Even if you feed yourself till you are overflowing energetically, if you are coming in with 25% of your cup unfillable, you will only ever operate at 75%. This means that if you, for instance, are coming in, and let me get my mouth here again, if you're coming in with a third, you can only love at 66%. You can only feel at 66%. You can only forgive 66%. And you can only learn 66%. It's not good odds. 66%, that was like a C in school. That's not going to get you in the garden. How can you fully feel something if you don't have space for it? How can you fully learn something if you don't make room for it? This is why you can meditate, you can do the work, you can take all these spiritual courses, but you're left wanting more. This is why the fixes are temporary, why the feelings fade so quickly. Because you're operating within your cups or your soul's minimum capability. You're operating at 66%. We got to shed some weight. We got to get rid of some energetic pounds. These are your shit bits. These are your shadows, your anchors, your pain. It's all the heavy stuff about you. And your little yous, those are the brave little ones that are going to get you through this, believe it or not. They're the brave little warriors that are going to step forward, that you are going to have a whole newfound respect for. But you realize how much you left him or her with. When she comes to you and she tells you, Mom, this really hurt me, and you didn't explain this to me. So this whole time, I haven't understood this. So I played with the strings. I held you back. I was the one messing things up because it made me scared. It reminded me of this. And you've never come back to set the record straight. You never came back to tell me that that was wrong, that it wasn't okay for that one to treat me that way or to do that to me. This is why your little you is so important. And your archangels are going to help you too. But before we can clean our sludge, before we can do our work, we need to make sure that we're going into these situations grounded, cleared, and charged. Like I talked about, I can't have you running into battle bleeding all over the place and bleeding all over our loved ones here. There's a natural order of things, a natural order of healing. What are they? Breathing, First and foremost, minding your words and your energy at all times. If you mess up, say something or do something that trumps the energy of what you just said or did. That's simple. Meditate, connect. These are basic spiritual foundations, loved ones. You have to learn and master them, or ascension and healing will elude you. You're not ready. It'll rip you apart. We are laying track, maps, guides. We're trying to make this as easy as possible for you, loved ones. But you got to go make and build your kingdom first. Go clean your house. Don't come trying to clean the garden when your house is a mess. Get out of here. We need to be able to throw energy at you, situations, people. And you're calm, cool, collected. You know what Spirit's needing of you, and you step into that place. You don't waver, you don't question it. You're going to be your worst enemy through this process. But at the same time, this energy is going to help you realize how aligned you are. You're not going to make it past the first working meditation if you don't apply and trust these mandatory, basic spiritual tools. Breathing, minding your words and energy, and meditating to connect. We have to develop your spiritual armor here, loved ones. You have to get to a certain level, a certain vibration. We've been talking about this. It's been going over most of our loved ones' heads, and I just had to sit quiet till it was my time, till it was Spirit's time, because they got a lot to say about this. They've been sitting bored out of their freaking minds for thousands of years. Your guides are like, oh my God. She hasn't put me to work in forever. She barely prays or gives intentions. So bored. My angels, they come back breathing heavy as they should be, putting them to work, commanding them. They love it. Why are there myriads of them? To sit around and look pretty. So, we're going to equip you, loved ones. We're going to give you superpowers. So the lightning bolts that are coming, they don't hurt so much. So you can start to challenge yourself. Walk into some of these fires. In fact, run at them. My queens, they run at them. Why? Because we know now it's a learning experience. I walk into this fire. Immediately, its flames are half as intense. Then you command them. Then you stand in your fire and you rip your wounds off for all to see. And you go, look, it's not as scary as they told us it was going to be. The only reason it was scary is because they infiltrated our healing and didn't give us tools to maintain this vibration. Well, loved ones, now you're going to get them. Now you have no excuse. Now you can walk into these fires. Never fear them. Teach other ones to walk into their own, and you watch this world change. Your energy, your vibration, it will jump. You're just going to start, what's happening? Good. Because we're not going to send you into this 4D tunnel without your armor. That would be a trespass for us. To send you into a situation where we know you're going to fail. This is why divergence is holding. We're stopping our loved ones going, yeah, you're not going to get much past here. So we got a cute little diary here. We got a nice little manual, maps. It's Divergence Information Center. You might want to listen up. And we're going to be talking about Indiana Jones, The Last Crusades. And when you're walking up about to take your test and you're seeing a whole bunch of decapitated bodies around you, and you're about to walk into the same test that no one else has passed, you better know what you're doing. Enter your archangels. Specifically, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. Like I mentioned, they came to me this morning because they want you to have some spiritual tools. Tools I didn't even have before I channeled them today. This is just as much for me as it is for you. They wanted to give you a taste of their energy. They wanted to create a space for you to feel them. A little nibble. For some of you, it's going to be a big dose. Hang on. You're going to taste 5D energy. You're going to get a taste of this fifth dimension, this energy that keeps calling to you. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. The reason for this, I dumped a lot on you energetically. I need you to get around. I need you to move. Okay. Do some stretches. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to come back in 4 minutes. Okay. So at 7:50 right on the dot, go pee, grab your crystals, find a comfortable chair, set up your space because you're about to go and meet some magnificent beings. Okay, we had a minute there just to realign, kind of get some energy moving through us. So here's the thing. Like I mentioned, this meditation is packed. I already know this is going to make a lot of you emotionally feel things. Grab a journal so that after the meeting ends, you can write some stuff down. Do not underestimate the impact of documenting this. We're going to ask, so after this meditation, that you put your thoughts and your feelings, anything that came up, into the chat. Please allow us to put this on your record. This is a big one. This will be a video that millions upon millions watch. Watching you brave souls show up for the first biggest realignment with the archangels. I know other ones have worked with the archangels, but not on this level. That's why they showed up. So because of that, I want you to feel this meditation. I'm going to drop what we're going to be talking about at next class. I don't know when the next channeling is going to come through, even though I already have it done. But who's to say that's going to be the next class? That's why I said this is an ever-evolving one. But one thing they want me to talk to you more about is soul contracts. We have so many questions from our loved ones around this, including what are soul pods, soul families? Why did we enter into these soul agreements? Can we change or cancel them? We're going to touch a little bit more on triggers, why they happen and how to heal them through your little you. And that's why we're going to be introducing the little you meditations and healings sooner than later. These are going to include why it's so important to heal and nurture your little you, why these versions of you even exist. And for the men in the group, I will be including meditations for you as well. Please forgive me. The meditations I did were for Queen School, but I can understand why energetically that would be jarring. And the little boys of the room, of the gentlemen that keep showing up, of the kings whose energy we are tapping into. These little boys need us, and I'll show up for you, I promise. And I'll have that meditation shortly. But without further ado, listen, feel this, stay in this moment. It's 24 minutes. I know. But this 24 minutes is going to change the Earth's magnetic pulse because of you. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for being among the first to channel in this energy, and enjoy. Welcome, loved ones, to a guided cord cutting and healing meditation with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. After you've created a quiet space for yourself, close your eyes and begin to breathe deeply. In through your nose and out through your mouth. As you fill your lungs with air, imagine you're inhaling a bright white light and watch as it's drawn into your body with every breath you take. This sparkling crystalline light enters your mouth and begins penetrating every part of your being, starting with your throat and lungs. This healing universal light is now being absorbed into your bloodstream to purge and clear your cells, molecules, muscles, organs, even your bones, freeing them from any and all energy that is dark, negative, or dirty. Take full and complete breaths at this time, loved ones, filling your lungs with as much of this white light as you can. So as you exhale, you can easily release any toxic and unhealthy energy. Breathe in and out, continuing to allow this spiritual bath of cleansing and purging to take place, letting this highly charged light to shift and align your energy and vibration. You begin to feel lighter, more relaxed, and at peace. You may even begin to feel some tingles, or what's known as angel bumps. And now that you are clean, let's connect. Draw your attention, loved ones, now to your crown chakra at the top of your head. Begin to open this energy center like a lotus flower, petal by petal, and watch as your beautiful light shoots off into heaven, only to be quickly met with spirits. Watch as this most sacred and precious reunion takes place, your energies joyfully dancing as they merge and bond together. Take a moment now to set intentions to channel and draw this healing crystalline light into your crown and through your entire body. Doing this until you see nothing but white light entering your crown and exiting your hands and feet. Once you begin to feel this flow, please direct this healing energy to the center of Mother's belly. This not only heals Mother Gaia It grounds you to her for your healing. Grounding being a very important part of the healing and connection process. Not to mention a perfect energy exchange between you and her. And now that you are sitting in this beautiful space of being connected in all ways, may we introduce you to some archangels. Archangels are larger, more powerful versions of angels. And in this guided meditation, you're going to meet two of them, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. Archangel Michael is the strongest, most powerful of all the archangels. His primary role being that of protection. Archangel Michael's aura is a royal purple color and radiates a golden light that makes him appear tanned and blonde. He is highly skilled, an elite warrior, the best of the best. He was the angel that fought Satan and cast him down to the earth, specializing him in rescuing, protecting, and safeguarding, which makes him the perfect archangel to call upon to keep you safe and protected as you do your most sacred work. Archangel Raphael specializes in physical healings. He just needs your permission. When asked to heal a condition, often the cure manifests and is felt instantly. When he is conducting his healing work, some people have felt a gentle buzzing energy around them or see green lights with their spiritual eyes. This is because his aura is an emerald green, and he uses this color to soothe, release, and heal painful conditions of all kinds. And when these two archangels come together to protect and heal, they complement one another and work in complete unison, their spiritual gifts combining to perfectly protect, clear, and to heal you at this time. These two powerfully gifted archangels are stepping forward for you today because they've heard your heart's whispers and calls, your prayers to heal and rise at this time, so you may unlock some of your highest timelines and serve and aid this ascension in the most exciting and enlightening time on earth. When the student is ready, the teachers will appear. You are ready now to heal and feel these magnificent beings, and they have come to introduce themselves for you to feel and experience their energy and healing abilities. And so with that, let's go meet them. While staying connected to Source and Mother Gaia, set intentions now to call on the energy of Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, and ask them to come to you now. From a distance, you can see some tall and powerful beings starting to walk towards you with wings so big they drag behind them. As they get closer to you, you begin to feel, see, hear, and have a sense of their powerful presence. Their energies are intense, strong, and courageous, yet filled with love and kindness. They stop in front of you, and your heart and soul begin to beam with love and joy as these archangels wrap their big, beautiful wings around you to say hello. It's an angelic hug that is warm, calm, and endearing, and filled with the emotions of, we will protect you. You are safe with us. And we will remove all that does not serve you and heal anything that is causing you pain. And we will hold you and we will love you for as long as you need. In this space, take a moment to give these archangels your permission to use their spiritual gifts to release and align the energies within you. And with your consent in place now, your body starts to melt in their embrace as you feel a sense of love, peace, and connection begin to encompass your entire being. Archangel Michael now moves to stand in front of you, and Archangel Raphael moves to your right. Michael will now cut all of your etheric cords that you have to any people or things that are dysfunctional, negative, and energetically draining you. And so with his strong, powerful arm, he reaches and grabs for his white, large sword on his back, and with little ease holds it high in the air, directly in front of you. He then quickly and swiftly slices this sword down the front of your body, slicing and severing any and all cords that are attached to you, leaving behind only the ones that are healthy, positive, and love-centered. This is where the majority of your cords are found, which is why Archangel Raphael quickly moves in and begins to pour sparkling green energy onto the ends of these tubes that were cut, these cords that are located in your stomach area. He kneels beside you and begins to gently paint his emerald green healing energy in all of your open and raw wounds that you have exposed. These cords that have been cut due to dysfunctional forms of feedings. Your body begins to drink this green healing energy through these severed cords, sucking and drawing this light into your body. And you watch with gratitude as Raphael intricately keeps healing and repairing these wounds for you. There is an unlimited supply of this green healing elixir, loved ones, and Archangel Raphael allows you to have as much as you like. So take your time during your body's healing process and enjoy as you feed from a high-frequency healing source. Once you feel you have drawn in enough light, watch as Archangel Raphael spiritually cauterizes these cords to ensure they are fully healed, which upon your inspection with your spiritual eyes has you in a state of complete amazement, as there are no longer signs cords were ever there. Archangel Michael now goes behind you and again lifts his sword high in the air and swiftly cuts the cords on the backside of your body, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. These cords are effortlessly sliced, leaving behind only the ones that are healthy, positive, and good for you. You are being released of toxic and life-draining people and things, the anchors and weight of what is keeping you stuck and vibrationally heavy. Because this is another area that is unusually riddled with cords, Archangel Raphael comes in and begins to pour his beautiful healing green energy down your head, your neck, your shoulders, your back, and your legs, all the way down to your feet. He is filling in and healing all the ends of the cuts made by Archangel Michael. And again, allows you to consume as much green healing elixir as you wish. Archangel Michael is now standing in front of you and lifting his large white sword, effortlessly slicing along the right side of your body, and then your left. He then cuts above your head and below your feet, ensuring all sides of your body, above and below, have been rid of any unhealthy, dysfunctional energy sources and cords. You may begin to have a sense of who some of these cords belong to, but it's encouraged to send these people love at this time, so as not to reattach, remembering rather that you are not their source of energy or happiness. Source is. Father is. Their higher self is. And these people and things that you had feeding cords to are not your source either. Archangel Michael now steps aside and makes room for Archangel Raphael, because it's now time for him to perform his last and final healing treatment on you. Using a large green vase, Archangel Raphael starts to pour his emerald green light just above your head, and you begin to feel it cascade and start to encompass your entire body, starting with your head and neck, your shoulders, and down both sides of your arms. This bright green healing light is mending, renewing, revitalizing as it covers every inch of your body. It goes down the front of your chest and back, over your hips and your bum, and you watch with your spiritual eyes as it continues its journey down both of your legs until it finally reaches and pools at the floor. This green healing energy now engulfing your entire being. You are glowing in billions of green diamonds, and you have this sense of calm and peace falling over you. This is because Archangel Michael has gifted you with removing these toxic cords, these attachments, so you no longer have to carry them or be subject to their power. You feel honored by the level of love, tenderness, and kindness that you receive from Archangel Raphael, as he kept you safe and tended to your wounds, and with the greatest of care. Your wounds have been healed. Your unhealthy cords and feeding sources have been severed. And these archangels have restored your body back to its original, true, and natural state of being, that of love and that of light. Archangel Michael now steps forward and completes your healing and clearing meditation by surrounding you in a protective purple shield of light. This shield will ensure you are protected and guarded from any and all lower energy in the future, and will help you maintain a strong and healthy aura and vibration. Your cleanse is now complete. Both archangels are now standing side by side in front of you, smiling softly, their hands together in prayer position at their heart centers. They are so proud of you for taking this time and releasing yourself of energy and people that are hindering you, that are affecting you. Energy that's possibly been there your whole life. They want to remind you that any of these cleanses or healings are available for you to use at any time, and they will happily show up and perform them for you whenever you should call, whenever you need them. They will always come to your aid to love, heal, and always keep you safe. And so take a moment now to thank these kind and powerful archangels, to take a moment to express to them how you feel after this session and how grateful you are that they were willing to do that for you. And now it's time to say goodbye to them. These archangels now bow to you in respect. Turn around and slowly start walking away, their big, beautiful wings dragging behind them. Send your gratitude. Enjoy this flow. And when you are ready, and only when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, loved ones. Divergence wants to hear all about that, please. Feel free to go on our KïnderGardën chat on Telegram and do it on a video or a chat. Let our other loved ones know what they missed out on. And then we want to hear all your progress after. And I promise I'll be back soon to give you some channeled live healings. And so with that, let your sharing begin.